Hello everyone, it is your girl Claire here. I am back with another video and I apologize for this background right now. I was gonna film on my couch, but the lighting is so bad. Like half of my face is black and the other half is bright because of the sun. But anyway, I am here to help anyone who is preparing to be an IB major at UC San Diego. These are videos that I make because these are things I wish I knew when I transferred, so hopefully this will help and enjoy. I would say one of the easiest ways to get through this major is knowing a second language. You're an international business student, so they want you to know how to speak a second language. If you know Spanish, if you know French, Italian, Japanese, that's amazing because you're gonna knock off 4 classes that you would have to take if you didn't know a second language. And unfortunately, I had to take 2 classes. You can also take a test that will place you in the language department category that you are at. So if you speak a little bit of Spanish, you know a few words here and there, they could probably place you in Spanish too. If you speak it at home but you're not very familiar with like more proper grammar, they might place you in Spanish 3. So there's Spanish 1, 2, 3, 4, and the same thing goes for any other language. There are 4 classes you have to take either way. So if you know a second language, you're knocking out 4 classes. So that is an easy way to get through as an IB major. Another requirement you're gonna have to take is calculus. 3 classes of calculus, and you can watch my video I have on my page describing, what does it say? This is like how I passed all my calculus classes. That is super helpful if you're a transfer student, but if you're coming from high school, I would also say that video was helpful because it helps students who are not that great at math. And I'm not gonna lie, the math classes here are not easy. So if you struggle in math and you prefer to take an easier route to pass all your 3 calculus classes, look at my video that I have linked in, where am I gonna put it? I don't know, in the description box. Anyway, you're also gonna have to take 3 regional courses. So these courses are based on a region like Europe, Latin America, Asia. So there's different regions you can focus on. You have to stay within that region. Once you start in a region, you can't bounce to another one. I decided to take Latin American classes. I took 3 of them. You're required to take 3 of them. They're basically about the history of that area. It's a little bit boring, not gonna lie, and you write papers throughout the class. So a lot of analysis, a lot of secondary sources, and kind of making up your own idea about the history of that area. I liked Latin America. It was a little boring, but I don't think that's gonna be the funnest thing to do. So just keep that in mind. I would say it is an easy class though. So if you're taking a rigorous class and you kind of want to balance it out, taking one of your regional classes would help, like, you know, ease it out. So yeah. You're also required to take 5 disciplinary focus classes. These are all upper division, I believe, sorry, correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows who's watching this. These 5 classes I think are upper division courses, and they're all management courses. They are located in the Rady School of Management, and honestly, I enjoyed all of them. There's only one class that I had a very hard time taking, and it was because it was math. It was, what was it? Corporate finance? Enterprise finance? I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure both are as hard. What can I remember? Corporate. I think I took corporate finance. Anyway, for me, I don't like finance. It's not my forte, but I had to take it. I took it. There are other courses you can take, you're required to take, but you're required to take 5, and I think they give you about like 9 options or 8 options to choose from. So you have a little wiggle space to pick and choose what you want to take. Besides those courses, you also have disciplinary elective courses. So they give you about 30 classes to choose from, and you have to take 3 of them. At least that's what it's showing on my degree audit right now. So these courses you get to choose, they're your electives. So if you want to focus on something like supply chain, if you want to focus on marketing, if you want to focus on banking or consulting, something like that, there are so many options you can choose from. This is for you to fill out like what route you want to take in business. So I forgot what classes honestly I took, but these are where you want to lay back a little bit, I would say, because if you're dealing with tougher classes, the electives again are classes that help balance out the rest of the courses you're taking in that quarter. So choose them wisely. Obviously you can challenge yourself, but I never took more than 4 courses per quarter at UCSD. People who choose to take more than 4 courses, I applaud you, because I don't know how the heck people could do that. The quarter system goes by so fast, and like you just got to keep up. So I would recommend no more than 4 courses, but if you want to take a minor or do a minor, you know, sometimes you just got to take 5. But I also want to let you guys know that if you want to do a minor, you have to be really serious about it. You have to be passionate about it, because it really does not matter on your diploma, because it's not going to show up on your diploma either way. Say I wanted to do a CS minor, it's not going to show up on my diploma. But if I really wanted to go into something with software or IT, you know, it's obviously useful, but keep in mind that you have to take 7 extra courses if you want to do a minor. So that's kind of a lot considering how many classes you take a quarter. But let's move on. Alrighty, next are your international courses. You're gonna have to take 3 international courses: INTL 101, INTL 102, and INTL 190. INTL 190 is your capstone seminar. It consists of about 20 people. It is a fairly small class, and it focuses on a specific topic. And it's a topic of your choice, well, kind of your choice. I would recommend everyone to take their INTL 190 or capstone seminar the last quarter that you're here at UCSD. Otherwise, you might not get in the class in general, and you probably won't get the subject you want to write about. And this class, you're gonna have to write a 20-page paper. It isn't too crazy, because throughout the course of the quarter, you do your research. It isn't like you have a 20-page paper due after a month of being in the class. No, like you get time to do your research. The professor helps you figure out what you want your research question to be. But INTL 190, I would say, is important in the aspect of like, pick something you really want to talk about, because if you're going to talk about the history of the Civil War, you know, like you have to enjoy talking about and writing about that subject, because you're writing a 20-page paper. So yeah, INTL 101 and INTL 102, these classes vary depending on what professor you had. I had Professor McIntosh for INTL 101 and Professor Fisk for INTL 102. INTL 101 focused on language dialects. I thought it was a really fun class and interesting class. Obviously it can get boring, but I ended up getting an A in that class. The quizzes are pretty easy and straightforward, and you do write papers in all of these classes. So I would say international business has a lot of writing, because you're taking your regional courses, you know, the ones I had talked about prior, like Europe, Latin America. You're writing papers in all of those 3 classes, and you're writing papers in all of these INTL classes. Sorry about that tangent. INTL 102 I took with Fisk, and he focused on politics and populism. It was an interesting class, I would have to say. He does require an iClicker, so keep that in mind if you don't want to have to purchase an iClicker, which is about like $40, $50. Sometimes students here sell them cheaper for like $20, $25. So yeah, keep that in mind. I would say I would take his class again, because he was very informative. I felt like I understood what he was saying and what he was trying to convey, and it seemed like he cared about it, about his topic, about, you know, the whole class. All of these INTL classes, you have a lecture and a discussion. So it's like 2 classes. The discussion is an hour long, and I think the lecture is like an hour and a half. So that's not really an issue. But those are your 3 courses you're gonna have to take for international business. And then depending on your college, you're gonna have to take 2-3 courses. I am in ERC, Eleanor Roosevelt College. I had to take 2 courses, which is the MMW series. And again, it's just a bunch of analyzing these articles, documents, and then coming up with your own conclusion about them, obviously with a bunch of research and facts. So I have to emphasize that international business has a lot of writing. Sorry, majority of the colleges, the classes they require, I'm pretty sure include a lot of writing. But MMW, it's a lot of writing. But thankfully it's only 2 courses. I think some colleges have 3, some colleges only have 1 course. But this is, sorry, I forgot to mention, this is for transfer students. So if you're not a transfer, if you're coming straight from high school, don't listen to me because this is only the case for transfer students. You're gonna have to take 2 or 3 classes based on the college you're put in. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You have to deal with it and that sucks. Last but not least, you have to take a DEI, Diversity, Equity, Inclusion class. Again, this class is, why am I saying again? This class is similar to an elective class. They give you a lot of options to choose from. You can do something in music, you could do something in like psychology, sociology, education. There's a lot of options, honestly. I can't really go off on how many things or subjects there are in this area. But I took a education class. It was very easy, and honestly I would say it was helpful because we had discussion and lecture for the class, and the discussion is a smaller class. You probably have like 8 to 9 people in the class. And for my DEI, what did I take? Language, culture, education, that's what it's called. And you really did not need to attend any of the discussion. No, sorry. You did not need to attend the lecture. The professor was very nice and lenient. You did have to attend the discussion though, and the discussion, honestly, it felt like I was at therapy. They asked so many questions, and like they just wanted your opinions on certain things about education and just in general, like how does your past, your history relate to this, and what can, you know, it's a lot, but it was good because it helped with my mental health, honestly. So I would recommend that class, but there's so many options to choose from. Whatever you decide to choose, I'm sure it'll be fun. I think that's it. I said your regional courses, your disciplinary focus courses, electives, your disciplinary focus required courses, and your international courses, your language courses, your math courses, and your DEI and your college. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I will gladly help you guys. I hope this video was useful, helpful in any way. I like making these videos because it makes me feel better knowing that someone will watch it and probably get something out of it and then use it when they come here, because I wish I had that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next video. Bye.